give me no attitude. Not just kidding, but for real, sometimes I run a little bit late, but I promise I was doing exactly what I needed to do. I meditated, I was sitting by the pool, and because I missed, I have to tag everybody in the comments, so I'm going to be doing that for just a second. Today, the topic is art of communication, and I'm really excited about that because I'm going to be going over the basic needs that we all have. It's called our needs inventory. And this is for the guide to nonviolent communication. And if I'm being honest, I still haven't even fully looked at the list, but I am sure that it's going to be a very helpful list. And hopefully it'll allow me and all of us who tune in today or watch the playback to be able to better communicate our needs with people in our lives, as we all need to do, right? There's always room for improvement in communication, and there's always room for the ability to grow no matter where we're at on our journey. And so that's something that if we're conscious, we're able to be really in tune with. And I am a very conscious being, so I'm always looking to do what I just said, improve, right? Become a better communicator, to become a better version of myself. These are things that take time. These are things that aren't easy. Not easy. It's interesting how a lot of the most important things in life are not easy, but are actually quite simple. Have you ever noticed that? Go ahead and say, yeah, I've noticed that in the chat, if you've noticed it before. Because I'm willing to bet that many of you have. That many of you have noticed what I'm talking about. And if you're just joining in, what I'm talking about is that life is complex and growth is at times difficult. But through the difficulty, the solution to all of our problems, the majority of them at least, is usually rather simple. It's usually let go. It's usually be present, pay attention, forgive. Those are simple things, but they're not easy to do. And the best way to start is by giving that grace to ourselves. Doing whatever it is that we would want from another person and doing it to ourselves. Giving it to ourselves. Giving us the gift of that grace. It's something that, well, by golly, I feel like I've gotten pretty good at doing. As difficult of a task it may be. I'm going to have to let everybody know who joins in on this live stream or watches the playback that they could pretty much skip ahead to this point, because now I'm all updated and giving people the courtesy of a tag since I ran behind, and that means that my event disappeared. I made a mistake and ran late. This is the join link. Smile. Okay. Now I've sent that out. And I'm able to give you guys who are here right now my full and undivided attention. So thank you for that. Now, so I'll do this. Take a deep breath. It's nice to do that, huh? It's quite nice. All right. Let's get into it. Let's get deep into the needs inventory, shall we? If you've ever heard of the needs inventory, go ahead and give me a comment and let me know. Because I'm curious about this. And I want to know more about it. So I'm putting it in this main screen right here in front of me. In fact, I'm going to share the screen. How about that? How about it? If you're watching, I hope you're having a good day. Let me know how the day is going. Some days certainly are more difficult than others. I'm not particularly having a difficult day. I've actually had a beautiful day. But out of empathy, I recognize, it does happen. Perfect. Now you can see me. You can see the list. Let's see if we move the list over a little bit, how that's looking. That's close. Close. Perfect. Okay. These are our needs inventory. This is my first time looking at this list, right? So this is something that I'm learning as well. Oh, hello. I see that someone tagged Beth, so thank you for that. And hello, everyone. Today, we're taking a look at the art of communication and what does the art of communication mean? Well, this is something I'm still very much working on. So we're going to be learning together, and I've been introduced to this new resource, which is the needs inventory, and I'm curious to learn about it. And these are the different categories that they've got listed as our needs. There's a lot under connection. Then there's physical well-being, honesty, play, peace, autonomy, and meaning. Fascinating. So I guess I'll just run through the list. Connection, acceptance, affection, appreciation, belonging, cooperation, communication, closeness, community, companionship, compassion, consideration, consistency. I'm here, aren't I? That just makes me happy because it's something that's been a goal for a long time to be able to be more consistent. Empathy, inclusion, intimacy, love, mutuality, nurturing, respect/self-respect, connection. Yes, so important, Jason. I see you. Is my mouse really not gonna work? All right. It is, sort of. I want to be able to easily show your comment on the screen. Let's do that. Connection, thank God. So connection's this whole category. You see these two first columns, or the first 1.5 columns is all connection, which is fascinating. I guess I'll tie in for a second. I want to finish the connection list, and I'll let you know why I think it's fascinating. But safety, security, stability, support, to know and be known, to see and be seen, to understand and be understood, trust, warmth. Then we have our physical needs: air, food, movement, exercise, rest, sleep, sexual expression, safety, shelter, touch, water. Needs inventory. What's the question? Let's see. Yes, of course. I absolutely would love to send this in a post and to add it. I'll do both. Send in a post and add a sub post under the post. I know I can comment the words in the chat. That I know I can do. And then in terms of giving you the list, I will absolutely send it along to you. So from our connection needs and our physical well-being onto honesty, authenticity, integrity, presence. And then we've got play, and that encompasses joy and humor and peace, which has beauty, communion, ease, quality, harmony, inspiration, order. Autonomy lists out choice, freedom, independence, space, spontaneity, meaning, awareness, celebration of life, challenge. It's funny, we don't really think about the fact that we need challenge, but we definitely do. Clarity, competence, consciousness, contribution, creativity, discovery, efficacy, effectiveness, growth, hope, learning, mourning, participation, purpose, self-expression, stimulation. We need to matter, and we need understanding. This list is so powerful. Wow, this is my first time really looking at it, like I said. And I'm looking at it because I've been taking part in this organization's consistent events called the Heart Sessions. The organization is Aim for the Heart. It's run by Layla Steinberg, who was Tupac's first mentor and manager. And they came up with Aim for the Heart organization back, I think it's something like 35 years ago now. And Tupac was just starting, and this story makes my heart like sing, because it really hits on so many things I'm really passionate about. And they started it because they realized that people in the education system, as much as teachers may, be trying their best and doing their best to educate our youth, the system itself kind of presents this lack and this inability to effectively touch on, what really matters in life. And especially for those of us who are, like myself, artists, so people who thrive in the creative art, and there are many options for being respected in an institution like that. And all kinds of challenges come along those lines. But one of the biggest ones is that when we don't have self-expression, I mean, you see it on the needs list. Like, these are things that we need. We need to be able to have emotional literacy. We need to be able to communicate with one another. We need to be able to understand like the power behind our voice and the ability to show up in this world. And because of that, like, it's extremely important that we have the ability to learn how to communicate effectively. And just like everything else I cover on the live stream, like, it's an art. It's an art to be able to effectively communicate with other people about our needs, about anything, really. But it starts with our needs, because if we're not able to cover the bare minimum of what we need and what we want or know is going to be required of us, then how are we supposed to get by? How are we supposed to be able to have harmony with one another? It's damn near impossible if we don't figure out how to communicate effectively. And so that's why I really enjoyed this list, because it is all about nonviolent communication. It's all about it's all about our truth and standing in truth, like, it's not an easy thing to do by any means. I don't have much more to really say about it. I just wanted to put the learning experience of me taking a deep look at this list out on my LinkedIn Live, because so much of the time, especially for me, like, I'm a performer, I do a lot of creative things, and I'm aware, like, I come across on the other side of the screen and it seems maybe like, dang, she's got her stuff together. but it's just as important. And some things I do feel like I've been able to figure out how to sort of get together, but that doesn't mean I've got everything figured out. And just as important as a curated art piece or collection of works or a performance that I've practiced 100 times, as much as I enjoy putting that out into the world and will continue to, I also believe it's really important to communicate with the people that I have been getting to know. All of these names popping up in the chat. Beth, thank you so much for tagging people. That's so thoughtful of you. And welcome, Scott. We've got this wonderful resource that we're talking about, which is the Guide to Nonviolent Communication and all of our needs inventory. But, you know, just as important as it is for me to perform and to show my finished work and to show a showcase and a dance or a finished song, an edited video, it's just as important for me to show that this is what the process looks like. Like the process looks like my hair is still wet from the pool and my eyes super tired, running on a little bit of sleep. Figuring out how to best communicate my needs with the world. To me, that's a lot more genuine. It's a lot more real, and it's honest. And that's something that we all need. I mean, looking back at the list, like honesty is a whole section. Authenticity, integrity, presence. These are things that are real. And these are things that I agree. I think, Scott, that this is an interesting topic. And not because it's my live stream, just because I wouldn't have picked it if it didn't feel interesting to me, you know? Well, thank you. I'll accept a good job. That's nice. But, you know, it's just something that's real. Like, this is what I would be doing on my Tuesday, regardless of if I had my screen share on and my LinkedIn Live could peep in and see what was going on. Like, this is what I would be up to. And to me, it's like extremely important to show up real in that way because, well, really, I think it makes the effort of like the performance aspect and all of that so much more impactful and powerful because I can show up in that way and I can be an artist and a Renaissance woman and have these trained abilities and masterful pieces of work and put that out into the world while also not being afraid to just be like, yeah, and this is a Tuesday evening. I'm learning and I want you guys to learn with me. Is what good is this information for me all alone? I really feel that way. I'm curious for everybody watching, what off of this list jumps out at you? It's sort of hard to do that with so many words, but choose like 4 or 5. Like, what are the needs on this list that really, like, you see that and you're like, I need that now? Or it's something I need that I'm already working on. Like, for example, I really need consciousness. Like, I really need my meditative experience. And if I didn't have that, I would not be as pleasant of a person to be around. Not that everything in life is about being like a pleasant person to be around, but it's something that saves me every single day, multiple times a day. And yes, Beth, thank you for inviting so many people. Like, you are a rock star. I've been seeing you engaging and it's always enjoyable to see your name in my comments. And I just really appreciate that. Like, you don't have to take the time to tag all of these people, but I'm so glad that you are, because like some of them I know and I love so much, and some of them I haven't learned who they are yet. So meeting new people is one of my favorite things. We must always remember what makes us better people and what we do. What makes us better people and what we do, and just being human. What makes us better people and what we do and just being human. Sometimes it's hard to get the nuance of the text, but I think I did. Yes, it is fun to edit sometimes. And everything serves its purpose, right? But what we need too is just like process and the ability to be unfiltered, to be unedited, to be able to just kind of like be organically and not have it be something that's, so curated all of the time. There's nothing wrong with curation. I'm an artist. Like, I put my work in galleries. I like when my art is curated, trust me. But there is a purpose for everything. And hello, John. Welcome. I'm going to be wrapping up here in a minute, but I'm still here and I want to I think, maybe sing a little bit of a song. Because for me, music is certainly a way I communicate, and certainly it makes me happy to do it. So as a performer, it's something I want to do. Let's see how it goes without having had warmed up. I said it was going to be organic today, right? So we're just going to let this happen. This song is called Transformation. I made a post about this. Somebody who's really big in the music industry heard me perform this and wants to collaborate with me to create a beat, which is cool. Especially having it be such a like big name. I'm not going to say who, but it is exciting when you're working with people who have worked with like masters of their art. Tupac, Snoop Dogg, MC Hammer. Like, these are people that I'm coming in contact with, the producers who created their work, and they want to make my art come to fruition. That's insane. I accept your congratulations, so thank you for that. Thank you. And I agree, raw is good. I'm going to leave that on the screen while I sing. Well, I yawn, I guess. Sorry if that came through to the other side. Transformation. I know I wouldn't want of a God. We'll never know how it will end, but it'll be the glory of a God, by a glory of God, 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 God. Transmutation, high frequency being, transformation, consciously align. I am seeing a new earth, a new time, yet somehow still so still, so still. Many beings are dying. I used to know why you wouldn't want glory of a God, somewhere lost between bookends. I learned we lost the history of God, now queendom come. I'm gonna stop right here to say protect black women, connect with black women. Just shut up and listen. My cilium veins, my sincere dismay for all of the pain I did not cause but I'll claim, if it means we can end all oppression caused by white people. I used to know why you wouldn't wanna see the glory of a God. I hope it's true this old world ends. I let it be, defying all the odds. While Billie Holiday plays, the only thing that remains is the fear of fear itself. How about we start right here to be anointed by the self? And let me be clear, I know you've seen the depths of hell, for I am human, therefore nothing human is alien to me. Transmutation, healing in my practical being. Transformation, light particle waves, I am seeing a new earth, a space-time. Now is the time to let the light in. Now kingdom, fuck that. Now queendom come. Ooh. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Thanks, Enrique. That's so sweet of you. Thank you for tuning in. I love seeing your name all over the Vipers on all of the live streams. It makes me really happy. And yeah, it's been a beautiful time of transformation. Not just for me, I see it for everybody, it seems like. Sometimes growth is painful at first. Remember whenever we were like kids and it would actually hurt to get taller? Like, remember, I would be like, you'd be like in pain and your parents would be like, it's just growing pains. I think about that and it's like, it makes sense that it sometimes hurts a little bit to grow. But once we grow, life becomes so much more beautiful. I'm learning how to communicate my needs. I think we all are. And I wanted to invite everybody to be a part of that process. I wanted to invite you to see that I'm not a perfect person. And I'm glad that I was a little bit late for my live stream today because it kind of really drives that mess and hits home, I think. Anywho, I will send out the inventory list and have everyone know what our needs inventory looks like so that we can all grow together. It's boring to grow alone. The journey is way more interesting once we do it with one another. I agree. Enrique's dropped the gold nuggets tonight, and that's perfection doesn't exist. And a lot of our communication problems, I think, are stemmed from either us expecting ourselves to be perfect or expecting others to be perfect. And once we do that, it's just a seed for resentment. Never underestimate the power of a seed. But if we plant seeds in growth and learning how to communicate, practicing the art of communication, there's no way to go wrong. Nope. I fucking love you guys. I love you so much. Like, I hope that if anything comes through in this live stream today and every day, it's that I love you. And I really am honored to be able to have the voice I have, to have people, both in the musical way, but also just in the communicative way. When I pray or when I'm sending my conscious thoughts out to the universe, when I focus on my energy, something that comes up so much for me is thank God for my voice. As a person that used to silence myself, and as a person who was silenced in the past by others, having a voice is such a special gift. And if you have a voice, we have to use it. We really do. And you know what? That is so true, Enrique. The problem with people is that they try to give advice without listening to the other side. You're awesome too. But no, I think that's so true. I think people are just insecure, and so they think that they have to have all the answers. And when you think that, you feel like you've got to tell everybody what the right way to do shit is. Everyone's life is different. We're all faced with different challenges. We're navigating through different experiences. We come from different backgrounds and we're going to end up different places. So it makes sense we're in different places right now. If we're graceful with one another and gracious, we're able to recognize that like your transformation is going to look totally different than mine. And I'm cool with that. Like, you're allowed to experience your transformation and have it look like whatever it looks like. And I'm going to experience mine, and it's going to look different. So what's the use in me comparing my story to yours, or in trying to tell you how to do your story? That doesn't make any sense. So I really appreciate you bringing that up. All right, everybody. You know what I'm about to do? I'm so excited. I'm going to mint my first NFT. It's been like 2 months of me just building community with people and learning and acquiring Ethereum for one part. But yeah, it is a new earth, and it really is a new time. So I'm using my voice to bring about good. Amen to that. All right, everybody. I hope you have a good night. Be well. Blessings to you. And thank you. As always, your support means literally everything to me. As much as I do this art thing for myself, which I do, I really do it for everybody else too. Like, I do it to share with everybody else too. So whenever other people are receptive and receiving of that, like, very little in this life makes me happier. So with that, be well.